How is this going to be sustainable in the long run in terms of providing them support in addition to the salaries? Thanks.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I think beyond that, we have done since September, in fact, since July, with the guidance of the Honourable MEC, we have made significant strides in terms of support to Amakosi. What we have done insofar as capacity building, we have partnered with the University of KwaZulu-Natal, and 50 Amakosi are already on the program, which started in January. It is anticipated that over the next 4 years, all Amakosi would have gone through the leadership program with UKZN. That comes at a cost to the department as well, but it is underway. I think the figure is 2.1 million. We can't remember the figure offhand, Chair, but it is funded by the department as well. There are also various workshops that are held with Amakosi. We have recently gone out district by district to each local house to conduct training on the Spluma. We convene workshops with Amakosi. We have had 2 workshops with all Amakosi in the province.
Active question was, how are you going to fund this in addition to salaries? Not exactly what you are doing. I do understand that you are doing quite a lot, but is it something that's sustainable? Are you going to source funds from anywhere else?
Thank you, Chairperson. It is included in our budget and in our plan. So in our budget, you will see the Wi-Fi for Amakosi. You will see the plans for the UKZN training program and the APP as social cohesion programs. So all of it is already funded and planned for the 25-26 financial year. Thank you, Chair.
All right. Thank you so much, honourable members. We will note the third quarter
the HOD to say that the money was taken from Bantu because of the lack of capacity, and now they are building capacity within a department so that they assist the municipality. And then she ended by saying that these market stalls will be built. And then I asked, which financial year? I know that the money is not going to be given back to them because they failed to spend. But there is a mechanism that the department has come up with. If one can get the response on that one, Chair.
Allow that.
Thank you, Chairperson. I might have been responding to multiple questions in the same vein, and therefore, we might have got our wires crossed. But the money that was returned that was withdrawn from Bantu was for a market stalls project. The funding was utilized in the current 24-25 financial year to deal with the funding pressures of the department. Budgetary allocation for municipalities' small town revitalization programs has been allocated in the 25-26 financial year, and the process by which municipalities will access the funding, including Bantu, because nothing was done in relation to the market stalls project, will be that they will have to make an application to Cogta. We will then assess the projects that come to us. We will consider these projects on the basis of the need on the ground, and then we will implement the projects using the department's project management unit. So, Chairperson, that is the program of action from our side. Thank you, Chair.
All right. Thank you, Acting HOD.
Do they know that they will have to apply, or the department will write to them to say that to all the other municipalities to apply for these revitalization projects?
Thank you, Chairperson. The department, the Honourable MEC, indicated to all mayors at the Munimec last week. We have also communicated in writing to all municipalities to make application for the funding and for catalytic projects. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Honourable members, we'll note the third quarter report and we note the annual report. We've now come to the point where we need to vote on the adoption of the final budget 2025-2026 and the final APP 2025-2026. So each honorable member has your own vote, and I'm going to call out your names, and then you will respond with whether you wish to adopt or not. So I'm going to start with Honorable Brauteset.
I support you.
Right. Honorable Zuma. Honorable Kaba. Yeah, I think you need to respond. Honorable Zuma, let's start with you again. You need to speak into the microphone so it's recorded.
I'm not support.
Honorable Kaba.
Honorable Fair, we do not support.
Honorable Ngadi.
I do not support.
Honorable Basiela.
I do not support.
Okay, Honorable Madlopa.
Thanks, Honorable Chair. Because we have got a clarity from the HOD on the concern that we're having around the issue of the targets that has been cut, and the request that they will be giving us the list of those targets that has been eliminated, we support the budget.
Thank you. Before we come to you, Honorable Fraser, Honorable Kunene indicated that he's leaving. Is he still on the platform so we can take his vote?
I'm on
Honorable
the platform.
Kunene?
I'm on the platform, Honorable Chairperson.
Are
Can
you
you
in
hear
support
me?
of?
Yes, I am in support of the budget. Thank you.
And the APP? Thank you, Honorable Kunene. Honorable Fraser?
I support, Chair.
And I am in support of the budget and the APP 2025-2026. Mr. Vusi, are there any other members online that we've missed? No. All right. Are you able to give us the result?
Thank you so much, Chairperson. Greetings once again to yourself, Chairperson. Chair, according to the records that I have before me, Chair, we have 5 honorable members that have supported the budget and APP, and we have 3 honorable members, 4 honorable members that have not supported the budget and APP, Honorable Chairperson. You will remember that our portfolio committee does have 11 honorable members, and we do have a standing apology of Honorable Telezi, who's not here, as well as Honorable Twala, who has a clash with transport at the moment. Thanks, Chair.
My apologies for not reading out the apology of Honorable Buthelezi. We do have a standing apology until the 31st. Thank you so much, members. We are moving on to members. Let's move along so we can conclude. Disaster management update now. We haven't received a report from the department. Oh, you have? I don't think we've received. Is it? Oh, it was there. Okay, so briefly, I think what we just want to know is from our last meeting in December, there were some funds that were spent towards the disaster management. I'm not sure whether it was a center or just disaster management. If you could just update us with regards to that, and also update us with regards to the MOU that was to be signed with the eThekwini municipality and Department of Transport, I think it was. So just give us a 2-minute update on that.
Thank you, Chairperson. I'm not sure what the brief was. We were asked to provide a report on disaster management on the disasters. So in terms of the expenditure part of the report, I think that is not included here. But we can certainly reflect what those figures are and provide us a supplementary report.
Chair.
Acting HOD, in our December meeting, we specifically said that that is what we want to know at the next meeting. We want to know what the funds were spent on with regards to disaster management was in our agenda. And we made a note of that. And that you would also come back to us. So this was just a reminder for a report, but that decision was taken, that resolution was taken in December, that we have disaster management as a standing item on our agenda, and that at the next meeting we would have a report on those three things. But I'm sure you can tell us offhand where you are in terms of the MOU with eThekwini and also what the funds were spent on.
No, Chair.
I'll give you a chance, Honorable Madlopa.
No, Chair, I don't think it will be fair for us as members to hear a verbal report in an official meeting. The decision was taken in December, and to say that in the next meeting we'll have this report. But the HOD is honest to us, is saying is not in writing. I think let's give her the opportunity to present in the next meeting. Because if you know the interpretation when you do verbal report, we can't refer as members. It must be on record. It must be something that we have read, like any other reports that we have read. So because she's honest to say the report is not here, she apologized for that. Let us give her the opportunity for the next meeting to bring it, but also with an understanding of what the chairperson has said, that it will remain on the agenda. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Madlopa, I hear what you have to say, and that report can come to us in writing. However, if the HOD can respond, we would like to know, progress in terms of this disaster management, because it's a crucial issue to the committee. Are you able to respond?
Yeah, Chairperson, yes, I just want to firstly make a comment with respect, Chair. We've looked also at the resolution register of the committee in relation to the disaster management reporting, and it indicated that we should submit a report indicating the lessons learned and the issues that emerged, and submit the climate change summit report, which we had done. And then it also asked for the MOU. So it did not specify the element of expenditure in relation to disaster management and the items spent on, but we will gladly furnish the committee with that as a separate report. And then, Chairperson, in terms of the MOUs, I will ask, we have already signed MOUs with various key partners as a department. I think the MEC had highlighted that on the 20th of February. And Chairperson, MOUs have been signed with the Al Imdad Foundation, the South African Red Cross Society, with Old Mutual Provincial Management Board, with the Specialized Tactical Accident Rescue Team, and with UMSAMO Institute of Indigenous African Healers and Researchers, as well as the Global Disaster Relief Foundation. And each MOU has specific details of what that particular stakeholder will bring to the disaster relief efforts. Some of them come in the form of actual physical disaster relief for communities, blankets, food, shelter would take that form. Others come in the form of training and capacitation of the province and municipal officials. Chair, those MOUs have already been signed, and in fact we are activating those MOUs even as the disasters are emerging. Thank you.
All right. With respect, Acting HOD, I did hear the Red Cross on radio explaining how they are involved, and it was quite interesting. Well done on that. But specifically, we requested an update with regards to the MOU with eThekwini municipality and the Department of Transport. I think it was the roads department. So that if you could come back to us with that report in the next week or in the next couple of days rather, we'd really appreciate that, because that is what the committee has been waiting on. We move on to the resolution register, if that could be flighted, or members can take a look at that on your devices. Okay, so if you could comment on those that are pending. I know that this is not updated. Let's move on to the first one, the outstanding back pay. Okay, you've covered that. So I'm going to move on from that to the filling of vacant posts. You have covered some of that as well. I'm not sure if you want to add anything to that. I think the most important thing here would be the Section 106 investigations that Honorable Basiela raised earlier. When we spoke to you about the Section 106 investigations in December, on December 6th, you did indicate to us that you are working on legislation. And we have noted that the MEC have called for some Section 106 investigations as well. So perhaps provide an update to us as to where you are and whether you are confident in proceeding now that you have your where you are in terms of your legislation. Thanks.
Thank you, Chairperson. We have circulated as part of the documentation to members of the Portfolio Committee a memorandum on the objects of the KwaZulu-Natal Municipal Integrity Management and Investigation Bill. The bill is at an advanced stage. We've included a copy of the bill in the documents for members to also consider. We have consulted widely on it. The bill has been to the state law advisor and has been certified, and we will now go out on a wider consultation before introducing it into the legislature program. Thank you, Chair.
What is the time frame?
Chairperson, it would probably be in this next financial year that the bill would be enacted, subject to the legislative processes here in the provincial legislature.
Members, we have this on the table, the bill that the department has been working on. Our concern, Acting HOD and MEC, is that there is corruption at municipal level. There are calls for reports, investigative reports, Section 106 investigations. But if we are doing the investigations, we have the reports, but we are not following through with prosecution and so on, it is a real problem. So if there's anything that can be done to fast track this process, we would really appreciate that as a committee. I'm not sure if any members would like to comment on this. Honorable Basiela, and then we'll give you an opportunity, MEC.
Thank you, Chair. This is just to be specific. My question is, why aren't the reports, and the reports really indicate criminal activity? I'll give you an example from a smallest one, where our members reported in KwaZulu municipality. The mayor and deputy mayor have hired cars because ostensibly the two cars they have are broken. They're in a garage. So our members picked up photographs and videos of the two cars that's supposed to be broken. They're busy riding around with that. A quick response to that as a criminal case and an immediate halt of hiring those vehicles will save the municipality 100,000 a month. Another example, our members have uncovered two pieces of land which has been sold for 100 million, whereas they're valued at something like 15 million. That is Rocky Ridge and the piece of land across. Now these reports, then there are more just in that municipality. In Pietermaritzburg, we have had whistleblowers and people who have reported. One example, 100 million being paid to two attorneys where they are incorrect invoices. They've been bolstered up in invoices. If each one of these fraudulent activities are stopped, then they stopped and they investigated monies are reclaimed, that can be then go into the budget. And that's what my contribution has to do with this session on the budget. Then there's just plain old inefficiency and things that don't happen. We report water gushing onto roads in different municipalities and different areas. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. While all this water is wasted with reference numbers, there are people who get disconnected for not paying water accounts. So the citizens and the residents gets punished for not paying a water bill, whereas water by the municipality has been wasted in all those areas. So, and if you stop something, now when we report there's 100 million in Mzunduzi that has been incorrectly paid, we've reported many others, and Chair, you're aware of it because I sent it to you, and I also email it. We've been to Brigadier Ramata, the state, we've been all over the place to try to do something about it. What happens is now we're faced with the Section 106 investigation. And where's this investigation going to take us when there are mechanisms to put these things need to be put in an end right there and then. So we don't want to create a task team because that's going to be more budget. It's just a question of who is going to give direction, leadership, and have these things. If you don't put a plaster on a cut, you're going to keep bleeding. So there's simple things that need to be done. Put a plaster on the bleeding. Because we don't know now, we report these 100 million. Because it hasn't been stopped and hasn't been dealt with and now put into a long investigation, we don't know if it continues. That's it. Thank you.
So we running short of time. MEC, if you could just respond.
No, thank you, Chairperson. The legislation is in place to investigate, and that's a Section 106. So I don't understand if they said the legislation is not in place. What the Pietermaritzburg High Court said, Section 106 must be undertaken complying with the KZN Commissions Act of 1999. So that is the provision. Whenever Section 106 takes place now, it must comply with the KZN Commissions Act. The new bill, the draft bill of the Municipal Integrity Management and Investigations Bill, I'm hoping that Cogta will have that in the legislature by the end of April. Because that bill has far-reaching implications for enhancing the role of investigations and forensic, investigations in municipalities. With regards to Ndumeni local municipality and Othugela district municipality, those reports have been tabled to council, to both councils, the full report. Those reports are available. There are far-reaching recommendations, including the opening of criminal cases. And we have given the municipality 21 days to implement the recommendations. Otherwise, we take it one step further. This week, we have now introduced Section 106 to Nongoma, which was presented 2 days ago. The terms of reference are there for the portfolio committee, wide-ranging terms of reference. The evidence is already there. Preliminary evidence that supports the allegations of corruption that has taken place in Nongoma. Similarly to KwaDukuza, if not yesterday, the day before, we were at KwaDukuza to present the Section 106 investigation. It has begun with wide-ranging terms of reference, and already the public has come forward with more evidence of the shenanigans that are taking place at KwaDukuza and also at Msunduzi municipality. We have instituted Section 106, and a lot of the allegations which have come from the public, which have come from whistleblowers, are part of the terms of reference. So those terms of reference also are available. And I hope that once we give these processes an opportunity something tangible will come out. I can say, Chairperson, as we speak now, as Cogta, the whole finance department from CFO to director supply chain, that whole department has resigned. But there are criminal cases which have been opened, which are at an advanced stage. So it's not as if the department is not doing anything, but the new bill we hope to introduce to enhance the current process. But the legislation is there, Section 106, it is applicable, we are using it, and we will comply with what the Maritzburg High Court had said in implementing Section 106. Thank you.
Thank you, MEC. The reason why we raised it and we requested for this to be part of our resolutions is in December when we met, we were told by the department when we questioned why the Abakhulusi and Zululand cases were lost. What the committee was told was if you had, gone with the provisions in the KZN Commissions Act, that you would jeopardize your cases. So that's what we were led to believe. And that is why you needed the bill that you are working on. So are you saying that without the bill that you are working on, you can move forward and prosecute? So then that leaves me with the question is, why did we not adhere to the KZN Commissions Act, the provisions in the KZN Commissions Act previously, when those two cases were lost? What were the reasons?
Chairperson, the way the investigations, the provision in the Commissions Act specifically requires that when an investigation report is concluded, then the findings and the recommendations relative to an individual must be presented to that individual for them to make a representation. Mm-hmm. Now, previously, and still with the investigation methodology, during the investigation, parties are engaged, consulted, interviewed. So we didn't believe that it was then necessary to take the findings and present it now for a further response. But that was what the court felt, and therefore we have adjusted our processes to accommodate that. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you, Acting HOD. Just looking at the resolutions register, and Vusi, I think that this needs to be updated with regards to ESCOM. The DMC and climate change report, we requested specifics as to how this will be implemented. We do remember the our King Misizulu had raised in his speech that we should have a climate change summit in the province. Perhaps you could respond by letting us know if there's anything in the pipeline with regards to that, because as a committee, it's imperative that we know how these plans are going to be rolled out at municipal level. We are really, really concerned about this. So perhaps we will push that over for the next meeting, or you could even give us some feedback in the interim via reports. Members, are there anything else that I'm missing on the resolution register that you'd like to raise? Are there any resolutions you'd like to put forward today that we can include on this register going forward? Are there any proposals? Honorable Madlopa.
Thanks, Honorable Chair. I think it's recorded what we request regarding the targets, that they will list them and indicate the reason for taking them out in the original targets that were set and presented before us.
All right, thank you so much.
So we are requesting, Chair, that in future, if there are changes in the targets, especially because once it is approved, it becomes the public knowledge that these are the things that the department is going to do. If there are any changes, we must be informed as a committee, not to get to know on the last minute that now this thing was changed because the priority it was the government priority was 7, and then it was reduced to 3, and then it led to the changes of all the targets. So it is our humble plea, Honorable Chair, in future. Thanks.
Thank you, members. My closing remarks to the department and Honorable MEC. It's very difficult for us as a portfolio committee to meet frequently because of the legislature calendar. There's very little space for us to conclude our meetings and our oversight and bill hearings and so on. So we want to really appeal to you when it comes to these items like your committee resolutions. Please do pay careful attention to what is required and give us those reports timelessly, because now we have to push this forward to another meeting. And so the work of the committee now becomes delayed. Also, there are a number of letters that have been written to the department with regards to issues that have come to the committee that have not been responded to. Vusi will bear with me. We have sent some follow-ups. So please, if you could look at that and respond to us timelessly so we could give feedback to people that are approaching the committee as well. Also with regards to questions, formal questions by the members as well. Check whatever has not been responded to, and please do assist us in our work, in our oversight work as a committee. We want to appreciate you, MEC, for joining us today. Congratulate you. And we know it's been really tough with storms. We've seen you on the ground, always hands-on. There's a lot that you've been doing. I literally don't know when your wife sees you because you're always on the ground. So well done on that, and continue to work closely with us and assist us in our oversight duties. Thank you so much, honorable members. Thank you to the support staff and to our officials. Acting HOD, this meeting is adjourned.